I think you were going to mention too, Meg, about the sensitivities from the cancers, the child development and so forth.
That's true. Actually, these chemicals, they affect different. They affect people depending upon when the exposure is. So, if the exposure is basically in utero, then you can have permanent, lifelong effects on the development of the children. Children who are experiencing these exposures at a young age, they're learning, their mental development is affected, and they also are more likely to have obesity and develop chronic diseases and cancers. And then later on in life, you start to see more of these chronic diseases and cancers. But what we realize now, with research that is just emerging, is that these changes, this obesity, what is called the cancer phenotype, actually, is the result of changes, can result from changes not to the DNA, but to the what is kind of holding together the DNA and affects its expression. So we now realize that the exposure of the mother, even before conception, can predispose the next generation to the same kind of developmental and metabolic problems and propensity to develop cancer. And recent research shows that 20 generations of mice were exposed at the beginning of the long experiment, and that this propensity, these epigenetic changes, persisted for 20 generations. So that's a huge impact. We're actually affecting future generations with today's pollution.